Alright, what is going on, people of the internet? Welcome to a 500 subs Q&A video. Now, it's been requested a little bit that we do a Q&A, so I put out a bit of a PSA, asking what people want to see answered for their questions, and we got a bunch of them coming in, which is really great. So, in the background, we're going to have a level 1 million alpha T-Rex that we're going to spawn in and do some testing on it. We're going to give it max speed. We're going to take it up a bunch of different things. So, you're going to see here I spawn in the alpha T-Rex, and basically what happens is I forget that I put on God mode. And that happened. So we're going to go ahead and respawn, but yeah, I'll be reflecting back on the Alpha T-Rex because it does some pretty amazing things. But right now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at some questions. So the first one is from DexterBrian37, and he says, for the Q&A, which dino are you most excited to do a max melee series in terms of how well you think it will be at gathering, or what the strongest thing you think it will be capable of killing solo? Also, all the non-tameable dinosaurs, which one do you wish was tameable besides the snake? And how do you think you would build it? Would you make one super one, or would you tame a bunch and just attack in a mini-army? I'm thinking for the second part of your question, I would definitely go with the Onyx, because if it's anything like the Dimorphodon, that could cause a lot of problems in the surface world of Ark. And, those are basically just the darker version of the Onyx, which is pretty cool. So, for the first part of your question, I'm most excited on doing the Alpha T-Rex right here, mainly because this has the highest damage output in the game. I can't think of anything that would be more entertaining, just because of the fact that if you take this thing up against the Broodmother, when it has full melee damage, I think it could probably take it out really fast, like under a minute, under 10 seconds, hell, even one-shot it. This Alpha T-Rex, you'll see, it does some really amazing things. So thank you for your comment, Dexter Brian, and we're going to move on to the next one. So, this is from Train Gaming, and he says, for the Q&A, from 5 to 27, how much do you love your subs? Now, I'm guessing 27 is the highest number that you can pick, unless it's a reverse scale, but anyway, I'm going to go with the 27, because you guys are awesome. Obviously, this is why I do this channel. If nobody was watching, there'd be no point in making these videos. So, you guys really are what makes this channel. So, thank you all so much for that. So, yeah, we're going to move on to the next comment, which is from Game Boy Luck, and he says, for the Q&A, why did you start YouTube? Now, it's kind of funny because there's really two times that I started YouTube that I consider. The first time was because in our school we have something called a personal project that you do in grade 10, and basically how that works is you pick something that you build or create or whatever. There was one kid who built a hovercraft, and basically he built it out of a plank of wood, a plastic bag, and a hairdryer, and I think he broke it on the day of presentations, which is pretty funny, but, that was one thing that he did, and then after that you write like a 4,000 word report on it. So I decided to make a YouTube channel. Really all that I did was Minecraft videos, Borderlands videos, but Sharky was in most of them, so that was pretty cool. And then I kind of stopped because nobody was watching it, nobody had any reason to watch, because everybody does Minecraft. There's no reason that somebody would want to watch my Minecraft, because there's nothing special about it. So then later on I started doing stuff like Stranded Deep, and it was still kind of the same story, but then I got into Ark. And somebody put out a post on Reddit asking if somebody had seen something along the lines of a max speed Brontosaurus, which I thought would be pretty interesting. I searched up for videos pretty much everywhere. Look at this thing fly. I searched for videos everywhere, and I couldn't find anything, so I searched up the commands myself. Someone went in, and the feedback was great. For the first time ever, I had a video that people wanted to watch that you could make a series out of. Not like the Stranded Deep Best Seeds or like the Ark set up your own non-dedicated server thing. But I just kept going with that, and here we are today, so it's been really awesome. So thanks for the comment, and the next one is from Sean Foster, who says, for the Q&A, are you getting bored with Ark? And if you are, why? And what do you think they could do to improve the game? P.S. I love your content, so thank you. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Ark definitely needs some work, obviously. It's an alpha game. Every alpha game on the planet needs work. It's no surprise, but I feel like Ark needs to update some of its more basic mechanics. It's really cool what you can do with the game, and they're adding a lot all the time, but I feel like the AI needs some serious working on, because every dinosaur behaves the exact same as every other dinosaur. A raptor is going to head rush you the exact same way as an Alpha T-Rex will. Same with the Dilophosaurus. Now, these things, it would be really great to see them employ a different strategy. I'm pretty sure that the Dilophosaurus has no knowledge of when it's using its spit attack. It just uses it whenever it's ready to be charged. So it would be really cool seeing more of a pack mentality from raptors. Maybe some stalking would be really cool, where you could just hear them, but you didn't really know that they were there. And it would just really be better if the immersion was worked on a bit in this game, because you can be taken a bit out of the game simply by its silliness, because it is a bit of a silly game. And the second part, I think, would be really nice if they please just optimize the game. I don't have a $5,000 machine computer from space. No one does. And no one can run this game on high settings at 60 FPS. And I think it's one of the first games that you can't physically run this game on Ultra at 60 FPS. There's just no computer in existence that I believe could even do that. Maybe you can make the case that a $20,000 computer could, but I've yet to see that happen. Alright, so thanks for the comment. We're going to move on to the next one. The next one is from Luis Rodriguez, who asks, for the Q&A, how old are you and what is your real name? Now, I remember vividly putting out a bit of an announcement, really, that I didn't really want people to ask personal questions, but I feel like I, am more inclined to answer this one, because obviously if he went directly against me saying, please don't put out personal questions... Oh, look at this thing fly, by the way. Oh my god, it's going across all the map. It's going to hit the other Visqueen on the west coast. But, yeah, he asked this one, and I felt like I was obligated to answer because he was persistent, So, my real name is Albus Dumbledore. I'm 150 years old around. I lost count around 115 or 116. But, yeah, so I hope that answers your question. So, the next one is from Tom Whitehouse, and he asks, will you do any collabs? So, watch this. I bounce up and go straight through the upper part of the Visqueen of the skybox, and normally you bounce off that thing, I just go through it and, explode. And myself and my T-Rex, which are both on God mode, die. I don't even know how that works. But anyway, will I do any collaboration efforts with other people? It depends if you're asking about other YouTubers. Now, if it was just with my friends, definitely. I would be more than happy to make a video with pretty much any of them. Sharky, obviously, it's no surprise that he's going to be bringing in with the Tower Defense and a bunch of other series that I've been working on, maybe putting out soon. What's the point in doing it alone? I mean, you got a bunch of good friends to help you out with it. For other YouTubers, I feel like if I knew them, and I was familiar with their content, but if it was just somebody out of the blue who I had no idea existed, I feel like I wouldn't really know how to interact with them or the chemistry if it was even going to be there or not, so I'd be more hesitant. I wouldn't be totally closed off to the idea, but I'd want to make sure that it was the right choice to be made first, so... Yeah, thanks for the comment. We're going to move on to the next one, which is from Alucard Gomez, who says, would you take any suggestions for what type of games you would put on the channel, or what type of vids you would put on the channel? I would love to see Let's Plays of certain games, and definitely. I read every comment that gets posted on every video, because I get a little notification, that bell thing in the top right corner of YouTube. And I'll read pretty much everything that comes through, and I'm always open to suggestions, and if they're really good ones, I'm probably going to do them. A series that you can really look to come out, you really look forward to come out, is... for 100% sure, Far Cry Primal, because I'm a pretty big fan of the Far Cry series, and Primal just looks like a great game. It's pretty smooth transition from Ark, because they're both games that take place in the past where you can interact with these prehistoric creatures, and I just feel like Far Cry Primal could be really good. Far Cry 3 was great. I missed out on 4, but I'm really excited for Primal to come out, and I think that's going to be awesome, so... Look at how fast this Alpha T-Rex is. It blows my mind. But anyway, thanks for the comment. You can definitely feel free to suggest pretty much anything. If it's really good, you can probably expect that to become a video. But not everything can be made into a series, unfortunately. But anyway, the next part of the Q&A will probably be turning into a live part. We're going to be jumping in. We're going to be testing the speed comparison of the Ichthy versus the Dodo, 1 million Dodo. That was always a question that we had to put up. So we're going to be doing that, but for right now, the last question I will be answering before I skip right into the live part is from Justine Ichi Flores, which is for the Q&A. When did you start Ark/YouTube? So Ark I started when it was about a couple months, or a couple of weeks into deployment. I started about 2 weeks after the game came out. I was always interested by it, but then I saw some gameplay of it. I saw some people taming some Megalodons. I think it might have been maybe even Slipgator taming his Megalodon in Season 1. And I was like, man, that is a really awesome game. I gotta pick this up, because I was fascinated with sharks and fascinated with dinosaurs, and this game puts in a prehistoric dinosaur. I'm like, damn, gotta get it. A prehistoric shark, I mean. So, look how far this thing flies. This is such a buzzkill, because I hit the top Visqueen. I think that I'm not going to, but we both explode again. So, chalk that up as another God Mode Rex dead. But when did I start? I started Ark, I think in August, and I started doing Ark series in late August. So, or Ark was in July. The series started in late August, I believe. As for YouTube, I started that in about 2014, but I stopped. Then I came back around early, mid 2015. So thanks for the comment. We're going to move on to the live commentary. We're going to be jumping in and doing a bunch of more comments, and we're going to be testing out the speed comparison of pretty much everything, and then we'll wrap it up. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next part. Peace. I don't know why I like saying peace so much.
Warning, the following video has not good audio. Game volume kinda loud. I'll fix this in the future, shall we?
Alright, welcome back to the live commentary part. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, so I don't know, I'm probably going to be a little bit rusty. I already kind of feel a little weird about... Nah, I'm kidding. This is great. This is the best. I'm looking forward to doing so many of these. That's a high-level Carbonemus. I'm kind of surprised by that. But we've got the Dodo here, and I've already taken the liberty into getting him his max movement speed. If you look over here, there is the dead Alpharexy slaughtered, but, you know, we might as well just go with another one for the sake of how entertaining it is. Get him! Did he just survive a hit? Oh my god, he didn't get one shot. Doesn't matter. He's dead anyway. I'm surprised that thing couldn't one-shot the turtle either, so the turtle managed to survive that. It's pretty impressive. But anyway, we're going to be jumping into the Q&A for this part here. You can see the Dodo. I'll pull up its stats here. It's got a 1.7 million health and over 32 million oxygen, it looks like. Here's a number that we're looking at here. 3.2 million oxygen. Not quite 32 million, but that's still just a butt ton of oxygen. So I've taken the liberty into getting an Ichthy also pulled up on shore here. I just found a random one that was just off the coast, so we're going to add experience for this guy. And that should pretty much do it. Now, if you remember, it's been a really long time since we've done the Ichthy. This thing is fast. This thing beats the Megalodon for sure, hands down, and I don't know if maybe the Plesiosaur is faster or maybe the Mosasaur. Actually, I don't think the Mosasaur is. We did test that. But I can pretty much tell you for certain it is not faster. Anyway, we're going to be jumping right back into the Q&A here. I'm going to be swimming around the map at full speed with this thing just to really see, you know, how much faster is this Dodo than myself in the Ichthy. So let's see. Is he right? Yeah, he's with us here. I'm not sprinting yet. This is just the Ichthy standard speed, which is pretty hard to believe because it's crazy in and above itself. But the reason that the Dodo is so fast in the water is because its oxygen stat's so high. So anyway, we're going to be jumping right back into the Q&A here. And the next question is from... Butterman 2001 plays MC. So he asks, hey, I wanted to hear what inspired you to become a YouTuber. Now, what inspired me is just really any time that somebody decides to like the video, anytime somebody decides to comment on something, saying something nice, anytime somebody decides to subscribe, that really pushes me to make better content, to make more content, really, because it just... I never ask people to like, comment, subscribe at the end of a video. I don't do that because I feel like if you make a good video, people are going to do that themselves, and you don't need to pressure them into doing it. And I feel like that's something that I'm definitely going to stick with, just because, you know, asking people to subscribe and asking people to like, it's kind of redundant if you've already convinced them with the quality of your content. Now, if you can look at this Dodo is keeping up with me easily. That is really terrifying. He is keeping up with me, and he's bouncing off of me because he has to slow down. Wow, that is pretty crazy. So, I think that we've got... Whoa, what the heck? Dodo, come back. Dodo. Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's back. Alright, so we're going to keep going around the map here. I think I have to turn on God mode because, like... Oof. Infinite stats. I can't spell. There? Sure, that works. But, yeah, the next question is from Patrick Bateman, and he says, for the Q&A, do you like my movie? And I'm bad. I had to Google what movie Patrick Bateman's from, and it turns out that he is a character in the movie American Psycho. I actually have not seen that movie, but I watched the trailer for it, and I'm scared. But I guess I'd give it a shot. I'm actually thinking about watching it now, because the trailer kind of intrigued me, but at the same time terrified me, so thanks for that, and I guess we're going to move on to the next question. I don't actually know if we have one or not, but if not, in the meantime, I'm just going to be looking for one here, but I'm going to be talking about the future of the channel, because it's something that really needs to be addressed, obviously. Arc max speed is the only thing that is really uploaded. You might have the one-off video like is right now, and you know there's sometimes a tutorial on something, but the majority of the time, for pretty much the entirety of the time, it's arc max speed, and it's not an infinite well. There isn't a million creatures that's going to be added into arc. it has to run out eventually, and though there are still tons left that we can do, and there's so much more we can test like a Max Melee series, I really want to make sure that there's more stuff that people will be wanting to watch, and I'll be posting videos pretty shortly of stuff that's not Arc Max Speed, but I'm kind of worried and a little bit nervous that it's not going to be viewed, because it's been amazing, and it's just been such a crazy wild ride so far, and I never thought that people would be, coming to watch videos that I put out, because for the longest time I was putting out pretty much pointless videos, I will admit that much, because, there's really no reason for somebody to find your channel when you're doing a Let's Play. Like, you have to have your channel be found by doing something that people wouldn't be expecting to look for. You couldn't really have... I think we lost the dodo. You couldn't really have somebody decide to watch somebody's based on... Basically, it's just really hard to find somebody who is making only Let's Plays, because, everybody else is doing that too, and you have to really set yourself apart, which is kind of a double-edged sword. There is the one thing where it's great, it gets you noticed because you're doing something different, and that's really what you have to do. But at the same time, if that's the only thing that you do, and the only thing that you can do, what happens when that runs out? Is there anything that you can do? Is there any kind of content you can make? Which is why I'm always open to suggestions, and I will be putting out videos that is not Arc Max Speed probably within the very near future, in fact, maybe even this weekend. And I just really would like, a bit of proof to tell me that it's not the end of this chapter, that once the Arc Max Speed runs out, that there's still people who want to watch videos, and that maybe there isn't 100% retention, maybe the view count goes down by a little bit, but as long as there's still people to watch it, that would be amazing, because this has been a great chapter in the book that is my life. Getting a little bit sentimental here, I don't really know why, because this is a thank you video, but I would really appreciate the knowledge that there is still more to come, and I will always be here to make videos as long as people are there to watch them and to say, good job, this is a good video, it'd be great to see this next, whatever all else. I always read the comments. There's a little notification in the top right that notifies me every time somebody leaves a comment, and I always read them no matter what, and I usually respond to pretty much all of them if there's something that I can respond to it with. So yeah, I guess keep an eye out for future videos. There's going to be some big things coming. In fact, I've been working on a series with Sharky that's going to be more of a story-driven type of thing, because one thing that's really cool about what Frankie does is he has a series in Arma 3 where it's kind of more of a story-based thing, and he kind of does these things where you can watch it and you don't even have to know what the game is, and you don't even have to understand the gameplay, because everything else around it is just so good, and it's really, really story-driven, and I wanted to make something kind of similar to that, with a bit of a story that people can watch and get really hooked onto the characters. And basically Sharky has a fanfiction page, and he was nominated for a bunch of awards, so you can tell he's good at what he does, and he was helping me to storyboard out the character that I would be looking into creating, and I'd be working with a bunch of people for trying to make that series a reality, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. It won't be any time in the near future because it's going to take forever to make, but yeah, that should definitely be coming pretty quickly. And Far Cry Primal is another game that I really am looking forward to coming out. I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the post-commentary part and earlier in the what? Why is this randomly tame things everywhere? Can I kill you? No. Oh my gosh, I don't know what anything is in this game anymore. That is a T-Rex. Okay. Yeah, the Far Cry Primal, yes, I did mention it. I'm looking forward to that coming out. And there's going to be a lot of videos in the future that I'm just going to be experimenting with and seeing how the feedback is. But for the most part, that's pretty much it from us. Thank you so much for 500 subscribers, and even more now. I think at the time of doing this part, it's at 640 or 634. And that is just absolutely insane, and it's so crazy and so surreal to think that there's just that many people. I don't even think I know that many people in real life that have just decided, I'm just going to subscribe, and it's just been amazing. So thank you all so much for 500, for 600, for 634, for 643, and well, if you got any comments or whatever you want, hopefully I got to every question. If not, I might have missed one or two, but I will always leave a reply to any questions in the comments if I need to. I'm taming this apparently. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video of whatever is uploaded to this channel if you were willing to watch it. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.